like to introduce my first guest today, John Andrade. He is the Financial Center Manager, AVP for Fifth Third Bank. So welcome.
Good morning.
Glad to have you with us today. So tell me a little bit about Fifth Third Bank.
We're a super regional bank, about 190 locations in Chicagoland area, and our headquarters out of Ohio. So we have a super regional, meaning we're not totally national, but obviously with technology you could be anywhere with banking nowadays. But coming down the Midwest, going to the East Coast, down to Florida, we have a great presence. So.
Wonderful. So what type of programs does Fifth Third provide businesses with to educate employees on different financial topics?
Well, our main program is called Empower You. What that is we develop lunch and learn strategies with business owners.
Great.
From small companies, maybe 5, 10 employees, to large companies, companies that have brand names, Kellogg's, those types of things. So the neat thing is that we go in and empower the employees. The business owners really love it because it's educational approach. We're not coming in there trying to get your checking account or trying to get a mortgage specifically. We're trying to hit a topic that maybe that employee base really wants to learn about this quarter, this next 6 months, the next year, and we develop a plan with them going long term.
Right. Are the topics different depending on the businesses, or do you find that there's a kind of a reoccurring theme for topics?
Well, the last couple of years certainly has been credit.
Okay.
With all the breaches going on and identity theft and those types of things, that's one of the things that a lot of business owners and HR departments call me and say, hey, can you come and talk about how to protect your identity, how to protect your credit? What can we do to make sure that if our credit went down, can our employees increase their credit so they can get a loan? They just went through a divorce and they don't know how to handle their credit because they came out of it with some pretty bad debt. So those are things and strategies that we do at Fifth Third, and we have a unique program for that.
That's great. Now, would that be the same as your Lunch and Learns, or are those a little bit different?
No, the exact same.
Same thing.
In that Lunch and Learn, we'll have that topic kind of broken down to each level.
Okay.
And go from good to bad, right, to kind of share with the employees that. And then there's people that obviously then come to us and have a personal one-on-one situation. So.
Great, wonderful. So that one-on-one with your clients, that's fantastic. How does Fifth Third provide solutions for credit score monitoring or enhancement?
Well, we individually work with each client, so we take a very one-on-one approach. We have a program called Identity Alert that is very keen to search your credit score, to be able to monitor it, to be able to simulate scenarios where if you pay down certain credit cards, your credit score could jump 20, 30 points. Some people don't realize that late payments are the biggest killer of credit score. So we literally simulate those things on our platform called Identity Alert, and then basically give you a strategy and we implement it with you for the next 90 days. And now you're empowered over the next 30 years of your life to be able to know how to really truly manage your credit.
That's really great because you see all these crazy ads on TV about get your credit, and this is, not only do you trust your banker at Fifth Third, but the process sounds very thorough, and like you said, it's long term.
Yes.
Versus just short term. What can Fifth Third do to provide long term lending opportunities for a business or a personal?
Well, businesses, they're always seeking working capital. They're seeking opportunities of how to grow maybe another 2, 3 employees. And unlike the rumors out there, we are lending, and we're lending a lot. SBA, which is a Small Business Association, we certainly are an SBA lender, one of the top providers of SBA. We underwrite a lot of our things, so we have a lot of flexibility in that program. And then we also have other things that we can share with clients. We have a unique line of credit that's under $100,000 that maybe a small to medium-sized business might need an extra $50,000 just to ramp up a little bit, and that's purely based off of the owner's credit score. So as soon as we have an owner that has 720 credit score, 2 years in business, and some revenue requirements, we are really, really strong with that piece of the product line. So.
That's fantastic. A good portion of our members are small businesses, and that's kind of what I've been hearing. Nobody's lending, so that kind of is a myth, then I guess, that's out there.
It is because, again, it goes back to credit, right? As a business owner, the guarantor, which is the person that's the owner and putting their name on it, has to have good credit. So we've combined these two strategies where we can enhance, maintain, or repair your credit score, and then come back to the business owner and say, hey, now that we're at this level, let's go after this loan. So
that's wonderful. Yeah. So how would you say that Fifth Third Bank kind of separates itself from other banks? What do you? I mean, I think I'm hearing it, but can you tell me a little bit about what you guys do differently?
You know, personal touch. Certainly, as a super regional bank, we don't have that mass kind of, you know, giant feel. I think that if you come to our centers, we have 3 in Naperville, you'll see that each one of the centers has people that are dedicated to their clients that will work with them. This 90-day program on credit repair, maintenance, or enhancement is really unique. There is really no competitor that's using this process to be able to help our clients. So I would just say that we're a community feel with a super regional reach, and then the power to be able to do basically anything in banking.
Great. If you were, you know, we're talking about credit and lending. If you could, is there a myth that you would say amongst small business owners when it comes to either, you know, starting a business or going out and getting that loan, something that perhaps you would like them to know?
If it's starting a business, having some knowledge, some history in that background of the business, so that industry. I'll give an example. Young college students came to me, graduated chiropractic school. They had worked only about 6 months in the chiropractic field, even though they just graduated in it. We're looking at an SBA, Small Business Administration loan, because that's really the only way for a beginning business to get started, unless it's personal capital. And we needed to make sure that we waited another 6 months to a year even to get them that experience. So that's one of the things as an entrepreneur or starting a business, you want to have some experience in that and get yourself ingrained in the industry. For existing businesses, it's just about 2 years in business. That's kind of the biggest criteria. Your revenue, a percentage of that starts playing into how we develop a good strategy for you lending-wise.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you, John. It was very insightful, very nice to meet you, and thank you for being on Inside the Chamber.
Thank you to Naperville.
We'll be right back.